Hey guys, so here in the latest renovation, so we're going to be fixing this since we ripped it out yesterday, and let's get over this, let's go over this. So we ripped this out yesterday, found out that the insulation was not good, as you can probably tell. So we're going to vapor barrier this, well insulate it, then vapor barrier it. I have to add some stud work on the sides here because nothing lines up where you want it to, so I have to go and get some material that way. I thought I had everything planned out. This plumbing still has to be done, the rest of the house is done. And if I could turn my flashlight on, which never works. Hold on a second. Okay, it actually worked that time. I did recently update my phone, so maybe that has something to do with it. Oh, as I get into the wall here, which was awesome. This is that job I was telling you about that I was quoting blind. So anyways, we're gonna obviously add to that light switch. I have a new switch for that. This is all open, so I'm hoping to run a wire through here to meet up all the way over there for our pop light. And then obviously right here, right in the center, smack dab, which will be perfect. So then like after the electrical is all done, obviously I can't do anything here because we still have to do the plumbing, but I plan on insulating and vapor barriering this exterior wall. And then after that I'll be boarding it. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be tiling it. So that's the idea for this weekend. And then Monday, if everything goes well, I'll be doing the grout. And then the day after that, I'll be doing the silicone, the caulking. So let's get to it.
Much later.
So guys, we've got some electrical going, but mainly we got finished off the plumbing. Well, I say we, but it was my buddy Daniel. Got all that all set up. Beautiful solder joints. Not the ones you've seen me solder up. I always put over solder just because I don't want any leaks. But now we're going to be running the electrical wire. I have it on the reel. And just run it through. Luckily, these two line up. I wonder if I did it that way on purpose. And we're going to see it come into action. Usually this is easier with two things, but I'm just going to have to work with it. So I'm stuck on something. Sometimes you gotta go from the other end. So I'll hold this end and then go from the other end. And I'll push it up and make it came free. And here we go, we are through. So that's the first junction box. And over here, the customer doesn't want a light here, which I was very surprised about. So I ended up talking to him and moved this pot light forward. So it's centered on the drain, as you see down here. And this will be dead, well, dead into the wall. I'll put a plate over top of that, and then I'll put a mirror over top of it, leaving it there for the next owner, because he wanted it gone altogether. I'm like, don't do that, man. What about the next guy? So it becomes a junction box. Obviously you can access it, so it's very much legal. And then the next light will be here, and then we have obviously you saw this one, which is centered to the room. It's centered on the shower, which the shower is centered on the drain again, and all the faucets and everything. And I'm in the city, so kind of the noise here is ridiculous. I want to move it further to the country. Anyway, so that all being said, we're all centered on center, and what do you call it? We're getting along. So yeah. So we got the line run through, drop down. So thank goodness for this extra space here. Let's see what happens after this too. There. Stuck on something. There. Okay. There. Beautiful. So this pot light's in, that pot light's in, and that pot light's in. So that is the master J box. Okay, so guys, you know, as I was saying, the power is coming in to that J box, which I have it coming in as a pass through. So then it carries over through that power wire up there. I'll just adjust the brightness. I'll just go in here. See, power wire. That's going over here, all the way through the ceiling, down to here. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is connecting up the power wire for the lights into this light switch, connecting the neutrals, and then there'll be two hot wire. Well, this is the hot wire now, and the new black wire will be part of the switch. So that'll be the in-between. So when the switch turns on, it closes, and then the electricity flows, switch turns off, it opens the circuit, and you get it. So what we did is we have the light switch going over to the J box. So that's where it's being powered from. Now everything else is coming from the light switch and is going over to the first J box. Well, light box. It's still a J box. And as you see here, it's connected. The two wires are coming in. So one is a hot wire, one is the next light in the series, the daisy chain, which is then connected to here. And again, it goes out, it comes back that way. And since this is all open, I can flip the wire up to the joists, and then boom, there's the last one above the sink. So all three of these are daisy chained together. And the hardest part of this was getting everything in line, trying to find a little stud and all that. So now, what we have to do is take the wire, connect all the lights together, and as you can see, this is actually kind of convenient. It got us to do all the plumbing. Like we didn't even know what it looked like. We just kind of quoted the job and said, okay, let's go to town. And then if you look over here, that's where the light switch is. So a lot of dead space that could have been utilized in something else, but it's not really part of this job. That all being said, I'm going to connect everything together. I still have to get a light switch, I still have to get a light, and then I have to get another light for downstairs. So as I said, I'm putting the neutral wire together. This is for the switch, for the circuit interrupter. I'm going to go downstairs now and turn the breaker on, so then this will effectively be my manual switch without the actual switch. Wanted to show you guys that this is aluminum wiring. I'm pretty sure you guys already picked up on that. You need to, there's a kind of goo that stops the galvanic corrosion, or whatever you want to call it, that is where these metals are incompatible. It just slows it down, so to speak. The other thing, which I'm going to show a video of me plugging this in, is the reason why I love these slim pot lights, is in cases like this where you have a joist or a stud or just a bit of bracing that's in the way. These lights are able to pop up into that little space, that very slim space. As you can see here, how thin it is. It's only a ½ inch, and it's no problem. I'll show that later. This is the power panel. I'm presuming since this was the only one that was off, that is it, because it didn't show on my tester. And we're gonna go upstairs and see what happens. So this is the switch. I guess I should have updated my phone because the flashlight now turns on automatically. They fixed that problem. There we go, nice and tight. We're gonna do this one-handed. So we're just gonna lift this up into place. There we go, just like that. This is fastened, this is a very secure fitting. It is water resistant. So we are going to just hold this for here, just like that. Forgive me. I'm going to stick the wire up there, just like so. Put the light in, and then that part there. It's a little more difficult one-handed. There we go. Boom. And that is it. So there's a seal that goes around this. It gives a nice little, I would say, water-resistant seal. And we'll do the same for this light right here. These wires are all good. There, nice and tight. Put that up in the joist hole there. And I will I can just reach up. Do that. There. Boom. Done. Tight like a tiger. And since we have power, we now have work lights. Hence why I did it first. The customer was concerned about it being bright. I think it's bright. Now open up the window and get back to her. So we're getting close to being done for today. I still have to make the wire nice and all pretty, get it out of the way. I gotta clean off all the nails and all the debris and all the leftover drywall here. We will be insulating this wall, vapor barriering this wall. This wall will have to be done tomorrow. I'm still gonna insulate and vapor barrier up to this point where I actually have to put a stud here. So there's two studs, two extra lights, one for downstairs, one for upstairs. I will show you that a little bit later. And at that point, I'm able to board just this back wall here, and because I need the studs to board the sides. So tonight I grabbed the tiles and whatever miscellaneous things like the studs, the two extra pot lights, and then I'll throw those in first thing tomorrow morning after I get here. And then at that point the electrical's done, and it will be boarding and then tiling, and then Monday will be grouting, not so bad, and then there's some miscellaneous things I am also doing in this house, but got the closets need to be done, and then it's to be Tuesday will be sealing of the grout, so we'll need clear silicone depending on and some brown silicone depending, because that'll be with the tiles and whatnot. And we do have the tiles over here, so since I had you guys, that'll be the color of the tiles, which do match the floor. So it's a little lighter, it's a nice little contrast. We're going to put a marble threshold going across here, which I'll pick up tonight. And 60 inches from here to there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet about the, obviously, the trim. So we will see what I can come up with. Anyways, gonna get that do these couple things, and I'll show you after I get the insulation in, and after that'll be the boarding, and then we're home.
And done. With the magic of videography, it is complete. So it's been vapor buried. Acoustic sealant is on all the studs and along the concrete wall there. As you can see, the lights are on. So now we're off to boarding. And two boards are up. I've sealed it with the silicone all around. So now we have to get the studs for the sides to bind everything together. And tomorrow we finish the boarding.